Hey folks, hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Or whatever day it is where you are, because we're actually going on midnight if you're in Europe. Or elsewhere. To the east of that. Okay. So hope you guys are having a good day. I'm gonna apologize in advance if the sound is a little bit boomy and echoey. I just moved into this room, and so as a result, there's no sound treatment up, and this is a very square, very hard surfaced room at the moment. So not all the stuff is in it, which will dampen the sound. And then, I'm coming from a carpeted room, which it's fairly easy to control reverberation in a carpeted room. This one, it's going to be a little bit more boomy, just sort of by the nature of how this particular room happens to be. So apologies in advance if it's a little bit more boomy than normal. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's 6 p.m. in Iowa. That's nice. Finally got snow in Montana. And my friend Jesse's up in British Columbia. Northern British Columbia. Everybody hears British Columbia and they think Vancouver. There's more to British Columbia than Vancouver for sure. So northern British Columbia, it's been very snowy so far. And we've had some pretty decent rain here in California and some snow hopefully up in the Sierras for, I guess, the inevitable ski season whenever that happens to come upon us. If we're allowed to even go skiing, it's just so, it's just been so crazy here as of late. So sorry we didn't get to go yesterday. Like I said last week, had a little family, basically Santa Claus party. So we did that. A lot of people, I think because of the way I worded the announcement, I'm like, oh yeah, I have family stuff. They're like, oh, we're praying for you. I appreciate that. That wasn't why I was missing. But my father-in-law was in the hospital. He's getting discharged now. Basically due to shortness of breath and some other health concerns. But he's been to the hospital several times this year and last year. So I don't know. We don't quite know what's going on with him. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's find a topic to talk about while people are getting in here. I've been kind of helter-skelter. Haven't done a lot of content because I've been, we basically built this room. This room was part of the garage, believe it or not. And it's actually part of the conditioned space now. There's lights. I can turn up some background lights or not. Whatever we want to do. These are, I should put daylight. I had daylight lights in. The space was like way too harsh to operate in with daylight lights all the time. You just came in and you felt like a bug man. You're like, I feel like I'm in an office with like fluorescent lights everywhere. So I could turn up the backlighting a little bit or not. Unfortunately, I do have a bookcase behind me, which I feel a little bit bad about because it's just there's like booktubers. They like shoot themselves with like a big row of books behind them. And they're like, look at the books that I probably read. Let me talk about why I think Harry Potter's great or whatever it is. So I don't like to do that. But this is literally the only place to put that bookshelf, which is where I store like a lot of my stuff. So I don't know where all the gear's gonna go. I don't know where that's gonna go up here yet. So anyway. So it sounds the same as before. That's good. To me, it sounds very echoey, but my ears are not working right, and I'm relying entirely on my hearing aid, and I don't know. So it's going to be a little bit different. I had, who is it on Twitter that mentioned it? I might try using a DSLR camera as my webcam. I might see if I can set that up, but I lost the battery charger for my DSLR, so I got to figure that out. And then, not enough books. I have like a giant treasure trove of books. I have a whole hallway that's like nothing but bookshelves. Completely full with books stacked on top. We're like, we got to get rid of some books. And it's something that I usually say is like, if the book sat on the shelf for a while and you haven't read it, you could probably get rid of it. If you've read it once and and you don't think you're going to read it again, you should get rid of it or just give it to someone or give it away, you know. If you've read a book twice, you should definitely keep it because chances are you'll want to read it a third time or someone else close to you will want to read it. Or you know what I mean? Like, you don't get rid of Lord of the Rings books because you're probably going to read those again. You know, I've read it multiple times. I'll probably read it multiple more times. You know, same thing with certain other books that you read them multiple times. So you definitely want to hold on to those kind of books. Do names of organizations need to be capitalized all the time? Usually, yes. If it's a name, like the Royal Guard. If it is the Royal Guard, capitalize it. If it is a Royal Guard, you don't capitalize it. Now, in some cases, you wouldn't capitalize the Royal Guard if it's simply the King's Guard, right? The King's Guard wouldn't be capitalized. The Royal Guard would not be capitalized if it's a generic descriptor, right? Kind of like how you wouldn't capitalize the infantry. What you would capitalize is the third infantry division, or like the winged hussars or something like that. That's what you would capitalize. And you wouldn't my dog wants to come in and hang out apparently. What you would not capitalize is, you know, the infantry, the army, the whatever it's going to be. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. If it's Royal Guard is something special like the Immortals, then yeah, you capitalize it. If it's not that, then you don't need to capitalize it. It's just another generic name. You know, I don't have the Hello Kitty guitar up, so. Play with the automaton. Very out of tune version of Autumn Leaves. Okay. Yeah, certain books I keep. If you're going to read them again, like, yeah, I have all the Dune books. Obviously, I'm going to read the Dune books again at some point. You know, I'm going to read Lord of the Rings again at some point. I'm going to read Conan books again at some point, you know. So all those things you read again. Let's see here. I have a bunch of so what I do, here's a way that I make videos. So if you're wondering how I do videos, if I get an idea for a video, something I want to talk about, I make a note about it. I have this giant document, and right now it's really long. It's 23 pages long of stuff, of just like single lines, topics, video topics that I've either made or I haven't made. And when I've made it, then I highlight it, so then I know I've made it. You know. So let's see here, you know, different kinds of stuff that's here. Men don't receive compliments ever. So I don't know. I wrote this down probably because someone said something about it on Twitter, but it's kind of true. So men don't get compliments, or we rarely do. And so men, when they receive compliments, tend to remember them. This is for most men, right? And this is I'm going to say this is the case for like 90% of men, is that you never receive compliments. You don't really receive compliments from other people at work, certainly not about the way you look. You rarely receive compliments about the quality of your work. You may see a thank you for doing your work, but you won't see a compliment like, this is really great work and I really, you know, it's great. So a lot of men just very, very rarely receive any kind of compliment. So when you pay them a compliment, they tend to remember it. And the other thing is that, you know, why don't women compliment men more? Is that men receive so few compliments that if you do compliment them, then they read too much into it because they never receive a compliment. You know what I mean? This is something that I think a lot of people lose perspective on if they are one of those people that receives a lot of compliments. Now, I've kind of been on both sides of this where, you know, I've gotten tons of attention from the way I look, and then I've gotten like no attention from the way I look. So you can be pretty aware of like when you cross that threshold and people pay a lot of attention to you and they compliment you all the time. Like, I like the way, it's like, I like your jacket, I like that color on you. These are things that men almost never really hear. So it's something that I think is worth noting. It's like when it comes to the social interaction of men with each other, you'll also notice that they almost never compliment each other. So men will often rib each other. Men will discuss things that are outside themselves. They will almost never compliment each other or talk about something good about the other person. That's really, really rare that happens. And most men that are savvy socially will do things like they'll use compliments to pad a blow. So you'll say, hey, you're really good at this, but I need to bring this performance over here to your attention. And so then you have this other thing too, where if someone starts complimenting you, you're like, what's your ulterior motive? Because I don't just get compliments. Are you going to tell me that I'm bad at something else? Are you trying to get something out of me? Men become immediately suspicious because they never just receive a compliment just because somebody wanted to compliment them. They only receive compliments because there's some other thing going on with it, especially when it's with other men. When other men start complimenting you as a man, you're like, so what is it that you want from me exactly? What are you trying to get out of this? Because everything gets reduced down to a transactional relationship, especially with men. Men tend to get very aware that everything in their life is transactional. They get whatever they put in, and if somebody wants something from them, then they're going to be trying to give them something in return. Oh, are you giving me attention and affection? What do you want? Men get very sort of wary of this after a while because women will do this and then, oh, can you fix this thing for me? Can you do this thing for me? And then it becomes a transactional thing. Oh, yeah, I'll compliment you. I'll give you some attention, but I really want like my car fixed. And I think it can work this way with women, but women have their own different social interactions that have to do with compliments, where women tend to compliment, I guess, I don't want to say dishonestly, but they tend to over-compliment each other because they're always trying to keep the social relationship between everybody very smooth. So women are into very smooth social relationships. Men tend to be more hierarchical, and they also tend to be much more aware of the transactional nature of whatever they happen to be doing. And that's why men can be very bitter towards women, because they view even dating as transactional. They get trained to view that way. Well, I take you out for dinner, I buy you dinner, I entertain you, I pay attention to you, and then I get something, right? So the transactional nature of relationships, I think, is very, very prominent in modern society, and I think compliments are part of that. Men tend to view compliments as some ulterior thing, bizarre, abstract, like, why are you complimenting me? No one compliments me. You get immediately suspicious because everything's transactional, including like relationships between, say, like parents and children. Well, you want to have children, so someone will take care of you when you're old. That's like a transactional view of a relationship. Or your parents took care of you when you were young, so you owe them the same to take care of them when they're old, or something like that. It's transactional. So you end up with a transactional view of life. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that little topic, and let's go ahead and hop into some games there. But the compliment sandwich. The old compliment sandwich. Hey, you're really good at this. Can you do this for me? I really like you. So you get things like that. Shallow as it is, the car you drive does affect the attention you get. That's absolutely true. Everything does. Like the clothes that you wear, the way you cut your hair. This is why I don't think it's wrong. You live in a material world, so it's not wrong to me to operate with that reality in mind. In other words, it's okay to enhance your looks as a man or a woman, to wear makeup, to wear nice clothes, to lose weight or improve your appearance. When you cross the threshold and you're doing it purely to pursue vanity, I want to be the most beautiful person, then you're definitely in that category of like the vain mortal sins, or the vain deadly sins category of things, where that's going to be a vice that impacts you. But it's not wrong to like put on a nice suit because you want people to view you a certain way. We live in a material world. That's the reality of it. Driving a car that's appropriate to your station is part of that. Driving a car, in fact, I knew a guy years ago who drove a really nice car. He wore really nice clothes. I went over to his house. He had no furniture. and he lived in like a really crappy house, like on a hill. He had no furniture. Well, why was that? Well, he spent all his money elevating his appearance to look like this slick person because that's what he felt like he needed to do to excel in his particular career. But he actually was desperately poor. All of his money was spent on things that were there to try to, get that attention and that status rather automatically, rather than the comforts, right? Like your furniture. The false compliment, best I can draw, stick figures. Oh yeah, this is where people denigrate themselves. They say like, oh, I can only play the radio. It's like, you're a great guitar player. I can only play the radio. I find most times people say that when they don't care for my drawings or something and they don't want to admit it. It seems if I give a compliment back, such as say thanks and your hair is nice, that I feel like I'm escalating the situation. It's okay to say thank you. What would I, as a bachelor who is not interested in the woman who compliments me, should respond with? Just say thank you. I really appreciate that. Or say thank you. I thought about that. So if someone says, hey, that shirt looks really good on you, say thank you. I was hoping it would look good on me. I picked it out because I thought that color might look good, and it's good to know that it did. Because that also, you're saying thank you, and also I have effort that has been put onto this, and you're not just complimenting me on nothing, creates a good social relationship. If you're not interested in the woman who's complimenting you, you just say, I appreciate that. You just be nice. You don't have to be like, do anything weird like that. Women will pick up there. She's giving you, women will do things like that to give you an opportunity to go deeper, right? And generally what you would do when you let's say you're actually interested in the woman, you say, thank you. I thought this color might look good. It looked good on me, but I'm used to wearing this kind of clothes because of my old job. And you don't mention what your job is. You say, I'm used to only wearing black because at my old job I only wore black. Hopefully that's true, right? You got to pick something that's true. Don't lie, obviously. Then she's going to start asking you personal questions. That's really where you're starting to have a personal connection. Then if you feel like you're going to have to fill this out for yourself. If you feel like there's a little bit of chemistry, she's responding to those questions, she's interested in what you did in the past, then maybe you say, well, why don't we talk more about this? Let me take you out sometime. And then you can go on a date with her, right? And you want to be like up front. Not, I don't know, people, I guess kids today, I'm an old man now, but kids today, they try to, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. They try to ease into a relationship with a woman like, well, maybe we'll go have coffee. Maybe we'll hang out and like group dates that somehow will maybe transition into something more than that. I don't know. I don't quite know what they're doing now, but you want to then escalate that. We have a connection. Maybe we'll go have coffee sometime. I guess that would be the most casual thing now. Let's go have coffee. Not dinner. Dinner's like a real date. You got to test the water some more with some coffee, but you can do that if you want. And then if it's good, then, you have your number. You have her number. Hey, would you like to go to dinner with me sometime? And you go from there. Now, the way that you build affection and love really is by having shared experiences. So really, you want to give yourself opportunity to have lots of shared experiences. You used to do like the movie thing, and really you want to do movie then dinner so you can talk about the movie and talk about your shared experience and kind of feel things out that way. I still think dinner and movies is not bad, but because it gives you something to talk about. Or you could just do dinner or like mini golf or something if you're young. Just something fun to do. I like to give compliments to random guys that I walk past on things they choose, like their hairstyle or a shirt and their entire outfit. Yeah, if it's something they choose, that's good. I'm 1,000% useless clues when it comes to flirting. I've had friends tell me women I'm talking to are hitting on me with no idea. That's not that uncommon because everybody operates in a different social circle. You're going to do the things that like you've more or less been trained to do in your social circle. So a woman may be hitting on you, and if she's talking to a guy who is unfamiliar with that kind of behavior, then it's not like him being autistic or something. It's just, if he hasn't been around that, then he's not going to respond appropriately to that, And I've seen it both ways too, where women, we used to joke because women would flirt intensely with you, and then you'd basically be pulling the script to go ask them out, and then they'd be like, I have a boyfriend or something. Why were you flirting with me? Like, this was actually flirtatious behavior. You're talking about my appearance. You're talking about how attractive I am. You're saying you love my smile. This is actual flirtatious behavior. And the conclusion we came to is some women just want to have male attention for a few minutes. That's just what they want. That's why they're at the bar. That's why they're at the club. And then when they realize that the male is actually trying to see about going somewhere with that, then they don't want that. They either don't want it because they actually have a boyfriend, or all of a sudden they don't want it, right? So that happens sometimes. Kind of a weird thing, but that's not all women, obviously, but sometimes you run into women that are like that. It's like, why are you at this bar by yourself if you have a boyfriend? Well, the answer was I just really I felt lonely because my boyfriend's not around, so I just wanted to talk to people and have attention from other people for a while, and just didn't do that in the 100% platonic way. That's all. Not a big deal. Subtle flirting is a test to see if a man just gets it, which is a male trait highly desired by females. That's a good point Brian has. Very good point. Victoria, I have a question of the weird mix of psychology and philosophy. Is what you call the material component, our looks, an issue of our own conscience? Do people actually dress for themselves, or our image in the mirror is actually the reflection of the other's eyes and not for our own view? That's an interesting question. I think it's probably a mix. I think it's false to say you make appearances purely for yourself. I've heard this many times of people in the body mod community. Not when I'm like being hostile towards them or something, but I'm just like, it's a little weird that you got, you had your nose split open or something. Body mod people do weird things with their body. I did it for me. Nothing on your exterior component, right, you do for you. You don't spend all day looking in the mirror unless you're like, I don't know, a psychopath or something. You look in the mirror to confirm your appearance is sort of what you're imagining and what you want it to be, because that appearance is going to be shown to other people. So it's predominantly towards other people that we direct our appearance. Now, our appearance is what it is, right? Certain things we can't affect it with our appearance naturally, like the shape of your nose, or like how bushy your eyebrows are, and sometimes you can alter those. You can have plastic surgery or something like that, or I guess wax your eyebrows, which is not a permanent thing. So we predominantly do it for other people. So I look at this with, say, tattoos. People who have been honest with me about tattoos are like, I think they're cool. I think they look cool, right? Other people are like, I got this tattoo for me. It's like, no, you didn't. Well, I really like this image. If it was for you, you'd put it on the wall where you can see it. You wouldn't put it on your butt. Put it on your butt for someone else to see it. You put it on your lower back because you want other people to see it. It's a signal to other people. So it's one of many things like clothes, tattoos as an example, that signal to other people. And there's complex social signals that are attached to tattoos. Certain tattoos are associated with certain groups, and like gang tattoos or prison tattoos or something. And certain tattoos just signal that you're part of the tattoo community. If you're a heavily tattooed person, you have lots of different kinds of tattoos. It says like, I'm into tattoos. You have tattoos of a certain variety. It kind of signals to other people what you're into, what your personality is like. It's kind of like wearing a t-shirt that, I wear silly t-shirts all the time. If you're happy and you know it, clap your, because I'm a silly person. Or I wear like a Dragon Force t-shirt because I like Dragon Force. So if you get a Dragon Force tattoo, I got a Dragon Force tattoo because I like Dragon Force. Well, it's because you want other people to know you like Dragon Force. That's why you get it. You get a tattoo of like some cool skull, burning skulls. You want other people to know That's part of your personality. It's signaling to other people. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you need to be honest with it. You didn't get a tattoo because specifically for yourself. That is actually nonsense, right? That's like saying, I cut my hair for myself. Well, if you were completely solipsistic, you wouldn't bother cutting your hair at all, or you just shave your head because it's the guy who shaves his head might do it entirely for himself because he's like, I don't want to do my hair's kind of weird today, but it's like, I don't want to do my hair. So I'm going to shave my head so I don't have to do my hair anymore. Okay, that's for you. That's definitely for you. But spending $200 to have your hair cut and colored or whatever, that's for other people. That's nothing wrong with that. That's just kind of how it is. And so tattoos, shirts, your clothes, they all send social signals. I don't think it's wrong to be aware of that. Dan Vince, my advice for young men: if you're staying at a student hostel and the Brazilian chick starts trying to teach you Portuguese completely unsolicited, she's not just trying to teach you Portuguese. Yeah. That's another thing too. Women will want to get you, they want to get you into things that they think are important. What do you think of this? You want to be honest with those things, but that's a signal that they're trying to gauge your interest in different things. You'll learn these things by experience, and it's okay to strike out. By the way, it's okay to not get a girl's number, or it's okay to not be successful. Who cares, right? And chances are the woman doesn't care either. Like if the woman's like, I didn't feel any chemistry. Doesn't mean she hates you or anything. It just means didn't want you to be your boyfriend. Who cares? That's how it is. I think some men just tend to be they overthink it way too much. They get way too emotionally invested too quickly because like I said, compliments are rare. So anyway, let's play some games. That was a fun chat. Fun little chat. Now it's time for the gameplay. Where's my RetroArch? I'm trying to get used to this new studio setup here, It's a little bit different than what I had been doing. I like how I can use GeForce overlays in the game. That's going to be interesting. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And I can let's get this mood. All right, here we go. Now I got to get up to the top of that tower. What's my health like? I think I really need to run outside the town. I may have to run back to town and get more items because I spent so much time in this town trying to get that chainsaw item. Chainsaw. Auto crossbow, okay. Because I think there's a boss fight at the top of the building, if I remember correctly. I think we have to fight a boss. So we might need to go back and get some... Get some more items and stuff. Yeah, Zozo. Gabbledigack. Gabbledigack. I love some of the monster names in this. Don't remember where the city is. It's up north. I have a little open window here. We gotta go this way to get to back to the village. Luckily, I don't think the things out here are very dangerous, so we're probably okay. Yeah, my sister gives me silly shirts as a gift a lot. I have a bunch that, like my son has the same shirt, and so he'll want to match me all the time. Wear like the same sort of shirt. We can take a chocobo to get back there, so that'll make it really quick. Where's the inn? Oh, let's get some items first. I have a lot of gold, so let's just buy a healthy dose of those. Buy some potions. Are you going to check out Endwalker? I've been playing. Yes, I am. I'm not streaming it because I can't get through the queue, man. I've been able to get through the queue at like 1 in the morning. So if I get, I'm not actually at that expansion yet. That's the other thing. So once I get to that expansion, I'll stream it, but probably in the middle of the night because I just, otherwise you can't log in. If you're logging in at 1 a.m., the queue is like 20 people. I tried to log in a Sunday afternoon to play around with my son because he likes to play it and stuff too, and it was like 4,500 people. Is it possible to be MGTOW / celibate? I think those are different things without negative connotations from others. Is it possible? No, unless you shut up about it. That's if you want to be MGTOW and have no negativity about it, you just never mention it. Some people are super hostile towards it, and I'm not, but MGTOW, if you say anything bad about MGTOW, people get very, very upset if they're in the little MGTOW. There's like a MGTOW cult. So if you say something that's like, nah, I notice MGTOW guys like to LARP like they're pickup artists. They never are. It's like, how dare you say anything? You're going to get divorced. Your wife's going to leave you. I'm never getting married. It's okay, women don't want to marry an asocial schizoid anyway, so you're going to be fine. I was going to get a tent. I thought I could buy more tonics here. Maybe not. Maybe I can't buy tonics. Buy another tent. I'll stay at the inn. Yeah, I'd say MGTOW without negativity is just monasticism. But the thing is that the motivations of MGTOW are directed towards women. It's like women are a thing to be avoided, to put it in the passive voice, without having to say like anything negative about women. It's choosing to opt out of that kind of relationship, right? For your own reasons, whatever they happen to be. Monasticism is really, the modern monasticism. Ancient monasticism happened for different reasons too. But I'm going to turn this blue light off. Let's just see how that light is. There we go. 250 for a chocobo, right? Yes. But like monasticism is, I feel a calling to be, or like if you feel a priestly calling. I feel a calling to be a priest. That's a specific calling, and if celibacy is part of that, then it's part of that, but it's not, you're not being celibate because, you'd want to avoid some sort of snare that exists in the modern world with women. That's, the MGTOW view has much more to do with the way the world is arranged. than and your relationship with it than some specific calling. Suplex. Oh, thank you, Brian. Speaking of streaming Final Fantasy, don't miss Final Fantasy Tactics retrospective Wednesday on Geek Gab. Yes, I'll be trying to watch on Wednesdays. I often can't because my kids are sometimes up too late. That just happens. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. It's absolutely one of my favorite games in the series. I mean, it's good. It has a great story. The gameplay is just great. Very deep. I'm hoping you're playing the PS1 version. I think Brian's going to play the PS1 version. I'm trying to think, like, you know, there's a PSP version, and I think the PSP version is good. I have both. The PSP version is very good. But I think the PS1 version is a little more balanced. The PSP version has some incredibly hard things. If you played the game before and you understand it, then I'd say the PSP version is really good. With this exception, there's a lot of slowdown when you cast spells. So sometimes you can cast, like, you know, especially the holy spells for some reason. What's her name's holy spells? They just lag out they lag out a Vita too, because the Vita has such, you know, perfect emulation of the PlayStation Portable. Look at that. That was cool. Yes, the PS1 version. I think the PS1 version is more balanced. There's still some really tough fights, but they're harder on PSP because they give you more options. There's a much more complex class system in the PSP version. So, and you really need a guide to operate the class system in the PSP because it's not obvious what you're doing. And I'd recommend at least, like, looking up a chart for the various classes, even for the PS1 version, because that's really where a lot of the fun is. You get to change your jobs or classes around, and it's really fun to unlock Mime and some of those, and Dark Knight and some of those other cool classes. So, I don't know. I think the PS1 version is a bit more balanced. Uh-oh, pincer attack. Chainsaw. I tried to get into the first Romancing the Saga games for the PS1, just hated it so much. I like narrative-driven RPGs, which that game was not. Yeah, don't play Dungeon Encounters. Dungeon Encounters literally has no story. It's just gameplay, and that's what's kind of cool about it. It's very old school in that way. It feels almost like an NES game. I'm trying to remember what you do here. Get to this point with the chest. I think there's a jump. Like you can jump between the buildings here or something. I don't remember. Maybe we have to go in here. Oh. Oh, feel free to join me live via... What time is it? What time is it? Get this chat in a little bit better place for me to see it. You could put it right there. Forget I can do that. Even watch this. We can pop that chat. Let's just put it like right here. Let's see what this looks like. Boom. Then the chat is like permanently... Can't censor the chat. Ask your viewers a question. I like this. Ask them a question. Whoa, let's see here. Girls? Me likey. No me gusta. I haven't decided yet. Is there a time that's best for you? I don't know. I tend to be available late. There we go. There it is. All right. Jump between these buildings. There we go. My schedule at night tends to be pretty erratic because just everything that goes on. Sometimes kids don't sleep, you know. So don't schedule around me. Just pick a time that you think people like to watch. Probably earlier is better because there's always somebody, you know, there's people in Europe who like to watch not at 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? So if you go at like 5, 6 Eastern, that's kind of late afternoon for me. But it's a good viewing time for most people, you know, or like maybe 8 Eastern. It's still kind of middle of the night for Europe, but you know. Then you have at least everybody in North America that's available to watch. Use some of these potions. Ten Central, 8 Pacific worked okay last time. That was a good time. I got to watch quite a bit because I am often working at that time. The second hand of my watch is pointing at 4. Oh, that was the missing clue. Well, there we go. Chainsaw. Go. Yeah, why would you ever use the weapon? You should use chainsaw like every time. You know? Chainsaw is like the ultimate. There it is. Is anything in these pots? A tincture. I think that's an elixir in this version of the game. Chainsaw! Thoughts on Matrix 4? I don't really have any thoughts. The probabilities of it being good are okay in your book. So the Wachowskis, whatever they call themselves now, I think know how to make good movies. The question is whether it's going to be somehow an attempt at a propaganda piece or not. The seconds, they're divisible by 20. Now here's all the clues I missed, I guess. Go this way. And now we're back here. All right. Bam. Dead. It may be a well-made movie and also be bad, but bad in ideological ways. We don't know. And for the record, I think the 2 Matrix sequels are far better than people give them credit for. I actually think the Matrix Reloaded was the one like everyone liked at the time. I think that one's actually aged the worst of all of them. And I think Matrix, what was it? Matrix Revolutions. I think that's the one that's actually aged really well, believe it or not. Try some lights in here. Yeah, you can spend that time doing anything else. If you're worried about it, just like wait to see what other, you got all these movie reviewers on YouTube that probably agree with you. So, just wait to see what they say about it, of course. I mean, I can see it if you guys really want me to. Especially if it's on HBO Max. I think I could just like not even have to go to the theater, like with Dune. I got to watch Dune at home on my TV. That was cool. And people are like, you needed to watch it at IMAX. I'm like, I'm not going to a theater. I'm not going to theaters. It's like, let me spend a bunch of money. I got to watch it for free at home. Like, Fire Knuckle. Cool, I guess. Wait, did he equip that? Oh, okay. Mithril Claw, Fire Knuckle. Whoa, that's good. I think I bought the Kaiser, I think, and didn't equip it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, Matrix 2 has some really good action sequences. Good day, gentlefolks. Can I be of service? I hate fighting, so I'd better let you pass. Oh, she's lying. So we gotta fight her. Or is it a man? It looks like a man. Let's just suplex that guy. Boom! Chainsaw! Boss defeated in one round. We one rounded it. Yeah, you can watch an indie movie instead of watching Matrix. There's lots of things you can do instead of that you'd like. You can play Hero Quest for 2 hours. When it's like, what do you want to spend 2 hours doing? Do you want to watch Matrix or you want to play Hero Quest with your son? I'm like, I really want to like get Hero Quest out and play that with my son. That's a lot more fun to me. Running shoes. Maybe that's a relic. Sprint shoes? What do running shoes do? Cast haste. Ooh. Oh, we want that. There we go. You have Chad and Sigma in your party. X potion. There she is. Ooh. Oh, hold on. We're gonna save the state. Probably should have done it before I talked to her. We better be successful here. How different do you think it'd be if they had chosen to have Saban's blitz moves just a list instead of inputting the commands? I think it would have been not nearly as good. I think it would have been just not nearly as good. Hold on, I'm going to adjust something here. I'm going to slide this over a bit. This. Then I can get this a little bit bigger. This is really how I should do it. It's better. Lucina? I love this music. It's hard for me to describe how much I love the music from this era on video games. Even though it was way, lower production quality than modern stuff, it just has this quality to it that I love. Thanks for watching my streams and Hot Movies. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Street Fighter 2 moves are in this game. It's just cool. It's just a cool thing. I like the moves. It's just a different... They really went with all the classes and characters are really going to play differently from each other. They're going to be really different. Gao's basically a blue mage, but, a little bit different. You can't, min-max the way you can. In Final Fantasy V, there's jobs that you should just avoid because they're bad. Well, you don't really do that in Final Fantasy VI. Most of the time. She's scared, It's remove. Killed him in Final Fantasy XIV on like insane mode or whatever. This girl is your friend. It's transcendent, yeah. It's more pure because it's just like you had to program it on a little cartridge or like make MIDI music of it. So it just had to be... I'm going to interrupt this cutscene to talk about this, but I have a degree in music composition. And so this is one of the things we talked about is the interaction between, say, a production value, the performance value, and the pure music itself. And there's this idea that, like, one of the reasons Bach's music is so good is that he wrote for such a limited set of instruments most of the time. Often just one instrument. Just lute, just harpsichord, just cello. Rather than a whole orchestra. And so it's much closer to what the music is purely in terms of the way the notes interact, the chords themselves, the counterpoint and the harmonies, the polyphonic interactions of the different voices. It's more pure when you have a limited set of sounds to work with. And you have limited range for those instruments, rather than exploiting various things about the instruments like extended techniques or high range of singers or something that you start doing in later periods. You really are very purely in the music. Bach's music is not difficult for range because, you played on a harpsichord that had a more limited range than a modern piano. You played on violins and cellos that had even shorter fingerboards than a modern instrument, and certainly we're not going to sound very good up in their higher registers because you have like really natural gut strings that are not really going to sound very resonant at those high frequencies. All those things mean that the music itself has to be more pure. And I think you get that with early music. I think one of the reasons people love, say, the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII is that it was a little bit higher audio quality. It was like CD, it wasn't quite CD quality audio, but it was a little higher audio quality, but it was still that MIDI stuff. It was still MIDI. So it sounded like epic MIDI music. It was really close to this pure idea. And I really think that when they orchestrated it and they brought it forward into the 21st century, when they did the remake, they did a really good job of orchestrating it so that it preserved all of that original feeling of the music that Nobuo Uematsu did. Nobuo Uematsu is a very talented composer, and giving him a limited set of things to work with, I think ended up making the music more memorable because you couldn't rely on things like the tone of the singer to just be beautiful on its own. You couldn't rely on things like a talented violin player to play your melody beautifully. The melody itself had to be beautiful outside of any performance elements to enhance it. So I think that lends something to the music, and I've composed music that way at various times because I think it makes you focus more on the theory and is this melody good rather than is the performer bringing a whole lot to the table here. You know what I mean? In the past, you've made videos about phrasing and harmonies. Could you make a video on what makes music catchy? And do you think that you could write a constructed pop songs? We could do that sometime. What makes music catchy is really it's really a meta thing. It's an interaction of novelty and familiarity is what makes something catchy. That's really harder to lock down. I can show you how to write a memorable, good melody, but catchy music will require some things that are really familiar and like one or two elements that are really novel and stand out amidst the noise that people hear. That's what makes something catchy. And it's difficult to know what's going to be novel and catchy ahead of time. Otherwise, people would just write nothing but catchy music all the time. So the truth is that it's actually very difficult to predict what exactly will be catchy, though we know that catchy contains certain elements, some familiarity, some novelty. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII was still MIDI. Yeah. I mean, that's what makes Uematsu's music great, is that he was able to get the simple stuff. Oh, it's all about credentialism, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, I bring that up because I've spent a long time composing music, not because, my music composition degree gave me special insight. It's obviously not special if I'm just sharing it with you. Okay, now you don't have to get the degree because I told you everything I know for free. One of Final Fantasy VI's most overlooked triumphs is how well they integrated the game mechanics into the story. I agree. Something that I really liked about this game, and I liked Final Fantasy IV for that reason too. Is Lucina alright? You call her Lucina. Lucina! How odd. I know, Patrick. I appreciate it. Patrick brought up a great point that about the Constitution on Twitter, just like really resonated. You have conservatives. Do you really think the Supreme Court can just say what the Constitution is? Are you going to just automatically abide by whatever they happen to say? Or do you know your rights independently of that? The Constitution's there to try to acknowledge rights which you already have naturally, not, be some sort of thing that 9 wizards can alter the interpretation of at will, even though that's what happens on a practical level because of the way the state will do things. As soon as we reject the notion that the state is automatically sovereign over all of us, then you realize, oh yeah, the Supreme Court actually doesn't have a say in what my rights are at all. Constitution is just a piece of paper, and it's the meaning that you assign to it. The people have towards it. Rome had no written constitution. It was completely traditional. And they maintained it for hundreds of years until basically game theory dictated that people like Crassus and Caesar would be able to just tread all over it. She is undamaged, but I fear she can't understand you. As for me, I am Ramu. The Esper, Ramu. Never cried before or after Final Fantasy IX in a video game, I mean. Final Fantasy IX had some just great moments. Esper. But don't Espers live in another world? That doesn't mean we don't live here, too. Espers take a variety of forms. I forgot I got a Coke out of the fridge. Gotta have my soda to stream. Espers take a variety of forms. Sometimes we live here, taking the shapes of humans. You have nothing to fear from us. I like in Final Fantasy XIV, by the way, the gods, like the primals, are egregores. They're not real. They're like given form by the collective will of the people or the creatures trying to summon them. They aren't real at all. It's really cool. It's a really cool idea. And like one of the creatures, one of the person's like, no, I am this person Shiva. And like this dragon's like, no, you're not. You're just who you imagine Shiva is because you will this fake god into existence. It's an egregore. It's a being that's arisen because of your collective desire for it to exist, not because it actually exists. The real one is dead, and I can communicate with her in like the heavenly realm or whatever. It's like, that's cool. It's a cool idea. Why do you hide in the fact that you're Espers? Humans and Espers can't survive together. But grandmother once told me that Espers and people once lived side by side. Was that just a fairy tale? No, that was no fairy tale. That was true. We started out as friends. Then along came the War of the Magi. War of the Magi? It took place long ago. Espers fought humans who were infused with magical power extracted from Espers. Fearing our magical powers would once again become a target, we fashioned a new realm and moved there. Oh, I forgot. Apparently I can... I can't do the NVIDIA overlay. It popped up when I launched this. It's not a supported game, I guess. Oh well. Fearing our magical powers would once again become a target, we fashioned a new realm and moved there. I actually have this element in my books, by the way, if you care to read them. About 20 years ago, humans stumbled upon it. Humans. Oh, I didn't read that. Thus began a hunt for Espers. Only in this way could Emperor Gestal create his invincible army. In response to this, we erected a doorway and threw the humans out. My favorites are probably 6, 4, 9, 12 are my favorite Final Fantasies. Single player ones. If you have Final Fantasy IX on PC, you should check out the Mogiri mod. It definitely is cool. Even as we speak, many of my kind are trapped in the Empire's Magitech research facility, being drained of their powers. I fled here to avoid a similar fate. Throw her back on the bed. That's right. Relax. I sensed that Lucina was in trouble. My magic summoned her here. Lucina's an Esper? No, she's actually quite different. Yeah, Tactics is definitely probably top 3 for me, Brian. I really like it. Just the gameplay is so fun. Like, the story is really good too. I think it has a great story, and it's great for that reason, but I just really love the gameplay of it. It's just, like, so engaging. And I like all the Tactics games that are based on it. Tactics Ogre, which was the first one. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and Advance 2. And the War of the Lions version too. Her very existence strikes fear into her own heart. How can we help her? I love this music too. When she accepts this aspect of herself, I think she'll be all right. We have to do something. Then free those of my kind imprisoned in Gestalt's Magitech research facility. One of them can surely help her. If we find the Magitech research facility, you're sure we'll find your people. Oh, thank you for the $10, Adrian. I appreciate it. Adrian Valladares. Oh, Valladares. You probably don't recognize my name, but I took one of your guitar classes in my senior year of high school. I do recognize it. Met one of my current best friends in that class. I never knew you had a channel back then. Yeah, I didn't advertise it. I didn't advertise it where I was working because I had people calling the school trying to get me fired because I didn't like Star Wars. Brett, Mr. Nicholson at the time thought that was kind of funny. It's like, you know, people are calling. He thought it was students prank calling. I'm like, nah, I think it's people on the internet. So yeah, I remember you, Adrian. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Like a coward, I escaped, leaving the others there. It'll be the end of them. What do you mean? Gestalt's methods are incorrect. You can't drain a live Esper of all its power. It is only when we are reduced to magicite that our abilities can be transferred in total. Pardon? When we transform into magicite, our power can be relocated. Magicite? That's what's left of us when we pass away. Alright, see you later, Brian. I appreciate you stopping by. These are my comrades who fell while escaping the Empire, and I will give you my power as well. Yeah, the job system of Final Fantasy V is really fun. I'm not that into the story, and I feel like the game drags in some places, but definitely the job system keeps it interesting. And it's just the fun of like getting like 4 mimes who just like blast the last boss to bits. That was really engaging and fun for me this last playthrough. I had a lot of fun with that. Old man, are you really gone? Magicite. Yeah, Star Wars. It's Adrian. It's Star Wars fans are like. It's like a cult. Brian, who just left, wrote this book called "Don't Give Money to People Who Hate You," but he calls it the pop cult. That basically people have this religious like attachment to these popular franchises like Star Wars. And so if you make a video that says, this is why it sucks and here's all the technical reasons, they get really upset about that, because it would be like if you made a video about how like the Virgin Mary was really some whore boiling in milk in hell, right? And, Jesus was the son of a prostitute and he was a rapist or something. So if you made a video like that, it's like blasphemous, right? That's the feeling. Like if you're a Christian and you were to see something like that, or if you're a Muslim and someone is making a video about like the Prophet Muhammad, whatever, that's blasphemous and it's going to be upsetting to you. Well, the pop cultists have that feeling towards things like Star Wars. And even when they hate the Star Wars that Disney produces, they don't stop watching a lot of times. So I call them the pop cult apostates. They're like no longer are saying everything is good in Star Wars or whatever the franchise is, but they also are not stopping watching it either. It's like a religious sentiment. They, instead of going to church, they just replace it with, Star Wars, and that's what they do. He traded his power so that others might live. I saw them say that they're fans of franchises, and it checks out. Star Wars, Star Trek, McDonald's, it's all the same. I've noticed 1 in 10 popular songs are using a melody of Pachelbel's canon. Absolutely. Why are you doing this? We few can help save many. The war of the Magi must not be repeated. Receive the Magicite, remove. Receive the Magicite, stray. Receive the Magicite, siren. Kieran. Yeah, Pachelbel's canon, it's just a great little chord progression that goes down in da na 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 na. It's just a really classic chord progression that moves in fifths, and those moving in fifths is a really strong, gives you strong resolution to each little pair of chords. So you use it a lot in pop songs. It's in a bunch of pop songs. It's in Green Day has Pachelbel's canon. The other one is those magic changes 1 6 4 5. So you get that one a lot too. I lost all interest in Star Wars after The Last Jedi. So did I, but I kept making videos about it because I like money. Lucina, wait for us. We'll be back. But it's a marketing opportunity. I said I would talk about whatever the next thing is for Machiavellian reasons, to like market my books and spread my message of going independent. Let's talk on the way. Don't touch the new books. Oh boy, I read them all until Princess of Alderaan. They dared to marry Sue Leia. This can't be true. Juno? I don't remember because I was asleep when they augmented me, but I've heard rumors to that effect. Taco Bell's cannon. It shoots tacos. Then we're going in. We'd best split into 2 groups. We still need to beef up our defenses in Narsh. Indeed. Yeah, the day I saw the movie, I tried to talk about it on a message board and got so much hate, accused of so many things. It was bizarre and emotional. I had like Facebook friends hate me about it. It's just, people are religious beings. It's really hard to not be religious. It's hard to just be non-religious or like atheist, because what tends to happen is people replace a regular religious sentiment with something that's like a weird mutated version of it that's probably worse in every way. Because at least if you're religious, if you have a real religion, morality is attached to that, so you're living some sort of purpose. You're living to a moral standard. I'll go to the Empire. I know it well. But alone? Don't worry, I'll go with her. Key. You need a hand? All right. Form 1 groups. I wonder who should I have a feeling I need to take one of these AoE guys, you know? I need to take like Sigma or Chad. The question is which one? That's the question. Which one do we take? Sigma or Chad? Poorly made paragons aren't good characters. They're self-inserts that shouldn't escape the fanfics of anyone over 12. I currently want to write my own novels one day. Great. I wish I had that goal back when I was in your guitar class. I could have asked you for advice personally. You can ask me for advice personally now. You can ask me. I'm happy to give out advice. I have huge lists of videos that I've made on the subject. How to go from 0 to your book is published. You can ask me whatever questions you want. I'm right here. You know, I'm here. You can email me, stu@dvspress.com, or you can find me on Twitter. Twitter's probably the quickest way to reach me because I have the app on my phone and I don't usually do emails unless I'm sitting down at my computer. It's just the way I operate, right? Sigma or Chad? Some people say Sigma, some people say Chad. It's so hard to decide if we want a Chad or a Sigma. I think I'm going to take Chad. Because I think he's going to be good. All right, let me put Chad down there. Can I take 4 guys? Or not? I don't remember if these 2 guys make another group or not. I don't remember. Yeah, here, let me find a playlist for you. Somebody tell me if I need to make like if I should do 4 guys or if I should just do 3. Because I thought I was having to do 2 groups for this last one, but maybe I wasn't. So maybe this is just I can do 4 guys. Let me find the playlists. The old playlists. Bam, where is it? Book publishing course. Oh! All right. Copy it. All right, here's a book publishing course. Sorry for the sneezes. All right, that's focusing on publishing. If you want, let's find some other ones here. Here's story writing. This is just a massive playlist of like Storycraft videos. There's like 180 videos in here. 193 videos. Dang, I've done a lot of content. What else do we have here? Audiobooks. So yeah, the Keys to Prolific Creativity audiobook is entirely in here. So yeah, you can listen to it free. A lot of people don't realize I have a lot of my audiobooks just up on the channel to listen to. What I do. Yeah. So there's 4 phases to writing a book, which is planning, drafting, then you have planning, drafting, editing, and then finally publication. Have you any experience with hiring graphic artists? I have a good idea for a cover that's beyond my skill. I have hired some, but not that much. Because I am one, I just tend to do most of the graphic artist stuff myself. That's what I do. Best new male type is the Omicron male. So Sigma is totally yeah, I'd go 4 guys. Okay, then we'll put Sigma in as well. Because he's really good. Alright. I think I just had the coof. I'm without my taste buds. Eating's been really dull lately. Well, there you go. Please wait for us in Nosh. We'll find our way back safely. If you wish to change your group members, head for Nosh. Yeah, I lost my sense of smell for like a couple weeks, but it came back. So how are we going to get there? The Empire's on the continent to the south. No boats go there. The people of Gidor, a town to the south, can probably help us. Key. Yes? Why are you coming with me? Well, there's bound to be treasures there. Besides, I've always wanted an inside look at the Empire. Okay. Probably would have been easier to do this entire level with 4 people too, you know? Because then I would have had a healer. Its tongue has been made coofless. I don't think I bought any games. I mean, I might have bought like a Christmas present. Oh, you know what? I think I bought the new Ratchet and Clank game, and then I gave it to my son early because literally everybody from my family, except for my father-in-law, didn't come to Thanksgiving. He got really sad. My mom's like, "Can we just like give him a game to play because he doesn't have any kids to play with today?" Okay, skills, then select Espers. Learn new spells by equipping Espers. Switch Espers to learn different sets of spells. The higher the learning speed, the faster the spells learn. When equipped, some Espers will raise qualities to their maximum limits at the next level up. Alright. Can you have anything that's better? Ooh, a flail. Rune edge, slightly better. Well, that's cool. Full moon? Full moon! Is there anything better than that? Air Lancet. Alright, that's good. Mithril Pike. Technically that Rune Edge is better. Let's do that. Fire Knuckles. Buckler. Alright. Heavy Shield. Oh. Hairband. Iron Armor. White Dress. It's apparently better. Better than Iron Armor. I mean, this is pretty good, but Iron Armor. Ninja Gear. But he can wear the something good here. Bandana. Iron Armor. Headband. Could just put like Optimum, huh? The good thing about the Spear for Chad is that I think it does full damage from the back row. Yeah, but we never use it. You only use the tools. Like, you would never use it. The chainsaw is better 100% of the time, so there's really no reason to have it. If we could get 2 like throwing weapons for Key, then he could do full damage from the back row too. But I like to dual wield him, so I guess we'll keep him in the front row for now. How do I equip Espers? Oh, skills. Espers. Gradually recovers. Confuses enemies. Silences enemies. Alright. Oops. Let's give her remove. We'll give him Kieran. That's good. And give him Siren. I should pay better attention to this. Hold on. Bolt 2 poison. Oh, okay. Yeah, we really want to give her Kieran. Alright, let's give, I don't remember how to do all this. So, alright, that's good. And then we'll do we want to do this. None of these are going to matter, so let's give him one. And give him remove. And give him straight. So, never heard of it. It's fun. Here we go. Blitz. Tools. Auto crossbow. Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't played that one, actually. I never played it. For the ones that don't really matter, probably best to look up at the level bonus. Good point. Steel. Should be stealing stuff. What time is it? Oh, we got about 30 more minutes. Yeah, I never played Red Dead Redemption 2. I remember the original was on PlayStation 2. I feel like Rockstar never comes out with games anymore. Here we go, G-Door. Should probably save the game. Remember when a time when people chose the things that they watched without a franchise mentality? I remember it from like the 90s, like watching, like me and my dad would just go pick a movie to watch and then we would watch it. And that's what we did. Shield. want skills. Espers. Stamina, that's probably good. HP. Stamina's fine. Getting some sampling errors with this emulator, unfortunately. Rockstar just milks Grand Theft Auto 5 online and for some reason released the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, which was a complete train wreck. I don't think they did it. I think it was another company that did it. I noticed that. Like, I think it was a different company that did it. What's in here? Oh, relics. Oh, I didn't put some relics on her, on Juno. Oh, she has some. All right. Wait, can I put double earrings? Aha! 2 earrings. I find it amazing how I went into Red Dead Redemption 2 hating that I was not playing as a new character named Arthur and not John. And by the end, I hated that I was no longer playing as Arthur. What's your Twitter handle? David V. Stewart. All one thing, David V. Stewart. Magic. Tools. Auto crossbow. Let's. Be aware, I do a lot of shit posting on Twitter. Because that's what Twitter's for. Twitter's not for being verbose and clear. They took the phone version and upscaled it. Oh no. Oh no. I have the phone version on PS Vita of San Andreas. It actually runs really good. I was absolutely surprised that it ran so good. Okay. What am I doing here? Am I doing it in G-Door? I have to ask some people. Poor people. The poor people all left. Out of here, poor people. Or am I going to that the other town? Stick a chocobo. I think we have to go to that other port town. Buy some stuff. I don't see any tonics. Buy some potions. Probably don't need as many. I need to make a new Twitter account with my actual name. The one I have now is just a lurker account I barely even use. That's best. It's best to say anonymous. You gotta put an anime avatar on it. Get your anime avatar going. Preferably of like a girl, even though you're obviously a boy. That's like the thing to do now, apparently. I'm on Gab too, but I rarely use it because like there's no one to dunk on Gab. There's no idiot blue checks to dunk on. Maria? Are you talking to me? Sorry, my mistake. Wow, you could pass for Maria in a heartbeat. Oh boy, now I really am in trouble. Juno just looks just like Maria. Ooh, a letter. That person dropped it off. He's the director of the operas here. Everyone just calls him Impresario. He's been in a tizzy ever since that letter arrived. My dear Maria, I want you for my wife. I'm coming for you, the wandering gambler. Who's this wandering, what's his name? You born on a farm, son? Ooh. A blackjack playing, world traveling, casino dwelling, free spirit. Setzer. What are we gonna call him, guys? He kind of looks like Elric. Restaurants' food quality has gone down. Online services feel like they're getting worse too. Or you have the egg. You have the egg avatar where you got to do anime. You got to go download some girl from K-On, which is the show people like for some reason, and then you can fit right in on Twitter. He has that zombie look. That's why I was thinking Elric, like he has a blood disease. We can name him Elric. Elric. I liked Nier Automata, but people are like, you gotta beat it 3 times. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not beating a game 3 times. I don't have time for that. You know, if I loved the game, maybe I'll beat it 3 times over the next 50 years or something. I'm not playing a game 3 times through. Are you playing this game online? No, I'm playing it with an emulator. But I have it for the SNES. So I could have hooked my Super Nintendo up. Has anyone ever given you hate for your books? Like the obviously I didn't read your book kind of hate? Yeah. But usually it's unrelated to the book. Alright, we're doing Elric. We're doing Elric. He's pale, he flies on a ship. He's Elric. That's Elric, owner of the world's only airship. Oh, we should have named him Sid. If we could get that airship, we'd make the Empire in no time. Let's set up a meeting with Elric. Oh, I love this plot of this chapter. It's so fun. You're the spitting image of Maria, huh? Haven't heard of her? She's a famous opera singer. Let's see if I can remember where the opera house is. Picture of a lovely lady. Each subsequent playthrough of Nier Automata isn't the same as the first playthrough and isn't even as long. That's fine. I still am not motivated to play it again. I know it's different each time. I don't love the gameplay so much that I'm like, I gotta do this 2 more. Maybe if I feel like playing it again, I will, you know, and then it'll be different, and that's cool. You know, every playthrough of Diablo 3 is very different, too. Well, I liked Mass Effect, the first game. The second game was okay. Third game was okay, too. Third game was better than people gave it, you know. They just became aware, people became aware that the BioWare style of telling stories is the illusion of choice, and kind of always has been. This is, I'm running it on RetroArch, but it's ZSNES. What's up, C-Dub? Alright, let's see. I want to go to the... Wait. Is the opera house like just like right down here? Huh. I don't remember. No, oh, is this it? I paid 250 gold for no reason. Alright, whatever. This is it. Alright, we're gonna meet at the opera house. Ah, you again. I read that letter. Elric's coming to steal her. He'll probably appear right at the climax of scene 1. He loves an entrance. Right, if we could only grab him then. I love how Final Fantasy IX starts with like an opera, and they're gonna kidnap him. It's just great. Dear me, no! You'll ruin the performance. I'll lose my job. Then your history. This is simply horrid. I want the performance to be a success. But I don't want Maria to be abducted. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 ruined the Reapers, I agree. Mass Effect 2 was all about, like, character relationships, which a lot of people liked, but I thought the story was way inferior to 1. Mass Effect 1 is just, like, perfect. And I didn't like the gameplay of Mass Effect 2. Or 3, nearly as much as the first one. I loved the Battletech heat mechanic. And I understand why they changed it, because other people were like, I want to have a regular shooter with ammo. So, but then you ended up with this annoying thing you have to do, especially when you play on nightmare mode, of every little wave of bad guys you cleared, you had to walk around the room finding all the ammo, playing the game of find the ammo, because you have to max your ammo for the next fight. And it's not even hard. You don't even really have to conserve your ammo on nightmare mode, because there's so many. They just add more enemies. There's like 10 times as many enemies, which drop 10 times as much ammo, so you're good to go. We'll let him grab her. We'll use Juno as a decoy. After she's abducted, I'll follow him right to his airship. Are you mad? If something should happen to Maria. That's why the decoy. We'll hide Maria somewhere safe. Come again? You said she looks like Maria, right? Now, just a minute. I like the Mako missions. Juno will be our Maria. She'll lead us to the airship. Brilliant! Wait, I'm a general, not some opera floozy. I like Jade Empire. Jade Empire's good. I like how Conrad, of all characters, pointed out the technological backstep that was the thermal clips. They just tacked that on there. Me, do, re, mi. Fa, ha, ma, re, Not bad, Juno. Ultros. Wah! I'll pretend to be Elric and foil their little plan. Let's get ready. Juno, it's showtime. Come on, read it. This is actually a really cool scene. Ultros, him again. Yeah, I replayed the games with, years apart. Even Dragon Age Origins, one of my favorite games, I didn't play it twice in a row. Played it one year, and then the next year I played it again. The West and East were waging war. Draco, the West's great hero. Oh yeah, the MIDI voices for the singer. Draco, the West's great hero, thinks of his love, Maria. Is she safe? Is she waiting? This is great. This is awesome. Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition was just awful. It was worse than Dragon Age 2. Because the gameplay was worse and the story was worse. Like, actually what made me quit playing it was the story. I don't think I ever finished it. I quit playing it because the story was just atrocious. The gameplay was not good, but the story was so bad. Graphics looked nice. I hated that stupid mission table. They did that at the same time at World of Warcraft, and I hated that crap. Oh, okay. Go right ahead. Why is everyone singing? I'm going to the dressing room. Is everything okay? I like how the conductor looks like he's like trying to chop at the orchestra. It's like chopping at him. Yeah, this was an extremely cool scene when it came out in 1994, 95. Like, these graphics looked so cool back then. I hated the war table. It's like, oh, you got to do missions before you can go to another map. Okay, why couldn't I go this way? Alright, I thought you went this way. Yeah, I like the story of 9, the gameplay of 12. 12 has probably my favorite gameplay. Maybe of any of them. I don't know. Final Fantasy Tactics has the best gameplay. So I would combine the story of... I don't know. Yeah, the story of 9 and the aesthetics of 9 with the gameplay of Tactics. Ay, ay, ay. Is that you? Key, why did you help me escape back there? I once abandoned someone when she needed me. That ribbon suits you. Yeah, 12 had amazing lore. 12 was great. On with the show. This is a big scene in which Maria senses that something's happening to Draco. You'd better check the score one last time. Read the score. Scene 1. Oh, my hero, so far away now. Will I ever see your smile? Love goes away like night into day. It's just a fading dream. I'm the darkness, you are the stars. Our love is brighter than the sun. For eternity, for me, there can be only you, my chosen one. Must I forget you, our solemn promise? Will autumn take the place of spring? What shall I do? I'm lost without you. Speak to me once more. Here you pick up the flowers. Climb the stairs to the balcony, high atop the castle. Raise the flowers to the stars. Hurry, you have just moments before scene 2 starts. The impresario. Gotta check the boxes. Always check the boxes. Yeah, stealing was harder in 9. I think you had to use the like the thief glove and stuff. Wait, do I not go this way? I thought I went this way. There it is. No, you don't have. You could play Final Fantasy games in any order. There's no set order. The forces of the West fell, and Maria's castle was taken. Prince Ralse of the East took her hand by force, but she never stopped yearning for Draco. The next line is, "Oh, my hero." Oh, I didn't memorize it. Will I ever see your smile? Love goes away like night into day. It's just a fading dream. I wish something's wrong, eh? Oops, sorry. What happened? I'll give you just 3 more chances. All right. I didn't do it correctly. I picked the wrong line. All right. Gonna go in this door? No, those are all locked. It doesn't matter. Which way we went. Yeah, you really can't imagine the libretto being sung to these lines. Did you play Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yeah, and I streamed a lot of it too. It's good. I really enjoyed the gameplay. Watch what we can do. Just it's covering up. We'll save the state. Don't make any more mistakes. Better check the score one last time. Oh, my hero, so far away now. Will I ever see your smile? Love goes away like night into day. It's just a fading dream. I am the darkness, you're the stars. Our love is brighter than the sun. For eternity, for me there can be only you, my chosen one. Must I forget you? Okay. The forces of the West fell, and Maria's castle was taken. Yeah, the time travel meta in Final Fantasy VII Remake was cool. But, you know, I don't think you need to know that to enjoy the game. Love goes away like night into day. It's just a fading dream. I'm the darkness. For eternity. What shall I do? Lost without you. Throw the flowers. Walk up the stairs and throw the flowers? I'm going to go over here. I don't remember where to throw them. Or do I talk to him and throw the flowers? No. Save the state. So I don't want to do this. Come, Maria, follow my lead. Not in time, we messed up. Follow my lead. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, there's going to be a 30-second lag. Trying to figure out what it wants me to do, because if you follow it too exactly, then it wants you to just go left and over. Let's figure it out. I'm not sure what it's wanting me to do. Maybe that's it. Just have to like follow him around. I'm not sure what it's wanting me to do here. I can't do this any better in time. It's not working. then maybe. Hold on, let me see. I don't think there's a rewind function here. All right. No. Yeah, maybe I took too long to talk to him in the first place. That's possible. And like there's just a timer running out. Yeah, maybe I took too long to talk to him at the beginning of the dance scene. I think that might be it. And it's like impossible for me to fix it. Alright, we'll try one more time. Because we're out of time for the stream, so we got to get this done. Let's get it done. We'll try it again. Is it worth it to get a Nintendo Switch now? I'm considering getting one, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Depends what you want it for. Do you want to buy access to games? There's a lot of games for it. Do you want to hack it? You can hack it. Do you want, you know, if you can get it for less than retail price especially. You know, if you're looking for a system that really has a lot of games to access for possibly free, I think the PS Vita is better. The poll is just a joke because someone was asking about Big Tau stuff. All signals are that they're sticking with Switch for years, not doing a Pro that soon. Thank you, Victoria. Hero Darkness must. Must I? Sound's kind of messing up on my end, I think, because the emulator's sampling it wrong. I think I just ran out of time. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I think I just ran out of time. And then we've got to walk up here and throw the flowers, I think. Yeah, and there's the moon. must part now. My life goes on. But my heart won't give you up. Ere I walk away, let me hear you say, so gently you touched my heart. I will be forever yours. Come what may, I won't age a day. I'll wait for you always. Prince Ralse is looking for a dance partner. Leave the past behind. Our kingdom is adopting the spirit of the East. You know, this director's like, play, you fools, play! Well done, Juno. Now, what does he do? Does he go out there? I don't remember what he does there. I owe you one, so I'm gonna gem up your opera, Ultros. Uh-oh. Better tell the impresario. What? The survivors of the West attack. Possible! Attack! Wait! Waited so long. I knew you'd come. Maria will finally have to become my queen. For the rest of my life, I'll keep you near. It's a duel. How might he disrupt the opera? With that? Wahaha! Let's see if Maria can shrug this off. Yeah, this is heavier than I thought. It'll take me 5 minutes to drop it. We haven't a second to lose. Impresario, talk to the man in the room to the far right. He'll help you get up there. It's as good as done. I liked timers with this kind of stuff. Always like made it feel a little more tense, even though it's usually not that hard to do it in 5 minutes. The impresario asked me to have you press the far right switch. Enter the room to the far left of the stage, then make for the framework above the stage. All right. Bye-bye, rats. Ooh, didn't kill all of them. Couldn't steal. Oh, you got me. Pincer attack. Stole potion. How am I missing the blitz input? I don't know, but I am. Chandler Muddle. Oh, dang it. Oh well. Am I gonna make it? I don't know if I am. Phew, rats. You can hear the crowd. That's awesome. Disaster! If the two heroes are flattened, the opera's over. Then who will win the girl? Hear the crowd. I love it. That's great. Oh. Neither Draco nor Ralphs will save Juno. I, Key, the world's premier adventurer, will save her. Aye, what an awful acting. Silence! You are in the presence of octopus royalty. A low-born thug like you could never defeat me. Might as well make the most of this. Music! Priorities, impresario. Long time no see. You've changed. Did you miss me? Acid rain. Doesn't have anything. Oh. Suplex. chop up that. What an unlucky day. Adios. There we go. Got 2 gold pieces. Thanks. I got 2 gil for that. Woo! That octopus had 2. What he was storing a couple of gil in his, mouth butt. Just a darn minute. What a performance! Elric! I'm a man of my word, music man. That's him? What a reversal! Thinking she's Key's new queen, Maria is instead nabbed by Elric. What fate lies in store for her? Stay tuned for part 2. I'll deal with you in a minute. What a performance. Enough already. But this is the tough one. Part 2 begins now. Where's Elric? He's coming. Who are you? You're not Maria. Elric, we need your help. We have to go to Vector. We need this ship to get there. Look, if you're not Maria, I don't want you aboard. Wait. We were told your ship is the finest vessel in the world. And that you were the world's most notorious gambler. I'm the King of Figaro. If you cooperate, you'll be well rewarded. Come here. Yeah? Don't misunderstand me. I'm still not sure if I'm going to help you. Alright, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. Because I'm way over time. So, we're going to save that. And I will see you guys next Saturday at 1 o'clock. And we'll go from there. But I appreciate the super chats and hanging out with me. Let's see who won the poll. The poll is girls me likey. 93% of you like girls, and 7% of you say no me gusta. So 7% of you are either girls yourselves or, MGTOW or gay, and that's okay. So we'll end that poll. There we go. Girls. There you go. All right, I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. I'll get some music for you on the way out here. We'll close this down here. So, have a good one. And I do appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me on a Sunday. So, we had a lot of fun. And we'll see you all next time. The newest book is called The Wasting Desert. I have a copy somewhere back on this bookshelf here. Maybe I'll find it. Hold on. This bookshelf is not that distant. Let's see here. Yeah, it's up here. Okay, there it is. The Wasting Desert. Little 2-hour read, so you can grab that one. Right now on Amazon, it's $1 for the ebook. So have a good one, and I'll see you next time.